We get started. All right. Again, thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll be able to give you all the information that you need to do well in this class, be successful, as well as, again, kind of help you to understand how to onboard into it, because it can be a little bit complicated. All right. So again, brief introduction for me. My name is Connie Pascal, and I said your instructor. I have a PhD in Communication, Information, and Media from Sky. I've been lecturing and teaching full time pretty much for the last 14 years in some way, shape, or form. In particular, the last 11 years in the ITI program. I'm currently coordinating both this class and the other experiential learning class, which is the ITI internship course, and I also occasionally lead an independent study class. In addition to that, I'm also faculty for the IDEA, which is the Innovation Design Entrepreneurship Academy, and I do a lot of work with the National Science Foundation in their I-Corps program. So my background is in HR and technology in the software development area. I spent most of my professional career before going back to school in the IT recruitment and technical services arena. I spent my entire life around the technical community, especially software development support, and in the database, and now in the AI space. And yes, I do also do some work yet in the hemp and the cannabis space. And I'm a member of a couple different research labs. The best way to reach me is by email or through Canvas message. Here's our quick agenda. So I'm going to give you a quick little review, maybe a tour of the Canvas site. We're going to talk a little bit about CompTIA, which is the company that provides our Cert Master Learn platform. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the assignments. So how this course works, what you'll do, and how you'll be graded. So if you haven't done so, one of the things you need to do is go to the home page and take a look, and you'll find these two pieces of information, where to find key information for this class. The Read This First and the Start Here. I'm going to show you where that is on the Canvas site. So this is the Canvas site. Again, this is your pathway to industry certifications and what they cost. So you can go through this. This is going to give you an FAQ for pretty much everything we're going to cover. But if you forget or you want to reference something, you can come and look at this particular document. And you can see again that this is the courseware that you're going to take here. This is the test, the industry recognized exam that this course and the course that you will be taking prepares you for. This is the cost of the license. And this is the cost of the exam voucher if it is indeed something that you want to go ahead and get after you take this course. If you want to go ahead and take the industry recognized exam, you can get it at a discount. Okay, so let's go back to that. Well, the next one is choosing your CompTIA certification course for this class. And also this is where, you're going to this is where you're going to get your information for how you're going to actually purchase the course that you're going to choose. And that's what this looks like. If this doesn't make sense to you now, hang tight, put your questions in the chat, and we'll make sure that you get there. So again, as you can tell, these are the different courses. I do need to check the price on this one. It's possible that they have lowered that price since I published this. So potentially that will be a little bit different if you're interested in the A++. All right, so again, we were just on the Canvas site, so make sure that you go through that. The syllabus is there, all the assignments are there, the due dates are there, and all the information that you need is there. I'm not going to go through the learning objectives because this is kind of a long presentation already, but by and large, in a nutshell, we want you to take this course so that you get as close as we can possibly get for you to have what it feels like to do the kind of work that you're looking at as in the real world. So this is also a course that's going to help you to develop your self-learning skills, which is something that you'll have to do the rest of your entire professional life in the IT and informatics space, is you're going to continually have to learn new technology, new processes, new ways of doing things, and that pace of learning is actually kind of even speeding up. So understanding how you learn, how best you learn, how you actually learn to prepare yourself for a certification course, that's all part of our objective of this class, as well as also time management. Because this class, again, while I coordinate it and I do supervise it, the actual work that you're doing is something that you organize yourself. And that will make more sense here in a moment. Sorry. So the certification practicum is, again, it's not an overview class of all the certification options. You're actually working on your own course, and I coach and track your progress. It's not a true independent study. You're working on a curriculum. You're going to have a weekly journal assignment. You're going to take a practice exam. You're going to write an essay, and you're going to complete something called the competency assessment for your final. It's not something you do alone. Again, while you're doing the work alone, you're actually with a cohort and your classmates in this class, along with myself. So you're posting a weekly reflection. Be sure to spend some time reading what your classmates are writing. I don't require that you respond, but you will receive a participation grade for how many page views you read, and that means how much time are you spending reading your classmates' reflections. You will learn so much about their approaches, get ideas for how other people are learning the materials or how they're studying for it, as well as find someone to commiserate with if you're having trouble. Also, if you want to find people for study buddies or partners, this is a great place to look for people that you want to connect with. If you find someone in the class that you want to connect with and you can't find their contact information, I'll be happy to put you together. It's also not an easy A, and I don't mean to scare you, and it's not necessarily even an easy B class. It really depends on how much time and sometimes how much grit you have, because we are using certification in a way that it's not necessarily intended. And by that I mean certification classes, or when you become certified in technology, that means that you have proven that you can do whatever it is that you're being certified in. We're actually using the class to help you to learn the things that you are actually going to be tested on, and again, learn it in a hands-on way that we can't teach you necessarily in the classroom, but best taught, again, where you're actually doing, if you're not actually learning on-site with your employer. So again, take some commitment. And it takes time. This is not something that you can just kind of fit in between the rest of your schedule. So here's the big picture. Here's how it works. You're going to purchase a license for an approved CompTIA course, which then provides access to what's called the CompTIA CertMaster Learn platform. And that's the learning platform that we use. You're going to work through the course independently. As I said, that part is not graded. So what you do on CompTIA within the actual course you're taking, I can review, I can look at it, I can see your progress, but I'm not grading that piece. You're going to do that on your own throughout the semester, but I will be grading a weekly reflection, your practice exam, your Empower essay, and your competency assessment. Again, this competency assessment serves as the final exam for the practicum course, and the assessment prepares you to take the industry recognized certification exam. And that exam is something that you would take on your own time outside of this class. So again, the biggest misconception or question I usually get, and I'll say this a couple different times, is the CompTIA competency assessment a real certification? And the answer is no, it is not. It's preparing you and proving to you and to a potential employer that you have the means and the knowledge necessary to be able to actually go on and take the industry recognized exam on your own. So again, just reiterating, the competency assessment is your course final for this class, and the industry recognized certification exam is optional and taken separately on your own time. The good news is that you actually can also get a discount not only on the course that you're going to take for this class, but also on the test voucher if you want to go forward and take the industry recognized exam after we're done here. And I'll answer some questions on that later. Excuse me. So here are the courses that you can take here. A plus, Core 1 and Core 2. It's basically hardware and tech, and then software and systems. You buy one license for both, and you have to take both exams. But again, it's actually equals out to the same amount of time and effort as one of the other exams. There's also a Cisco Networking Pro, which is the CCNA exam. It's preparing you for that. Cyber Defense Pro, you really do need to have existing cyber and networking skills for that one. And I'll explain these classes a little bit more in depth in a moment. There's the Linux Plus exam. There's the Microsoft Hybrid Server Pro 1 and 2 exams, the Network Plus exam, the Security and the Security Pro. These aren't exams, these are all courses. So again, these are the courses that are eligible, plus what's called the Tech Plus exam as well. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what those are in a moment. So I want you to purchase your own CertMaster Learn platform license by January 30th. Make sure that's something that you put in your calendar. You are required to purchase your own license. You can't use someone else's. I have to be able to see your progress in the platform. I have to be able to see that you have registered and that you've actually paid for the course. And I need to be able to track your progress. You do need to use your rutgers.edu email address as well. So the prices for the various courses that are offered range from $116 to $223. Again, that is for a full year. So you have it for 12 months. And again, that price does include the voucher to take the competency assessment. Your CertMaster license is good for 12 months. And contact me if you have financial issues. We can usually work something out. Okay, so let's move on. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what to expect, what you'll be experiencing in the class with the exam. So again, for those of you who don't know, what is CompTIA? Well, it is the Computing Technology Industry Association. It's actually a nonprofit, and it's a vendor-neutral trade association that issues temporary professional certifications for information technology industry. It's very well known, and they also provide, again, these industry recognized certifications such as A+, Security Plus, Network Plus, etc. And again, they are the ones who provide the CertMaster Learn platform, and that's what you will be getting a license to, and where you'll be doing the work. That's what that looks like. So what's special about CertMaster Learn? So this is what we really like about this particular platform and this company is that they provide the courses. They provide many different ways, many different avenues for presenting the information. So in an attempt to, again, appeal to your particular individual learning style, and they get it pretty well right. A lot of people complain that the videos are kind of slow. So again, there's lots of workarounds like watch it faster, that sort of thing. But you'll figure this out as you onboard yourself into the course. But the thing that is probably the best feature is the labs. Most of what you will be working on are problem-based learning, are problem-based questions. And the competency assessment at the end of the semester for your final is a problem-based format. So it is skills assessment. Do you know how to do stuff? So you'll get scenarios, you'll get problems that you have to solve. You won't get multiple choice questions or true, false, or fill in the blank. So again, this is why it is as close as we can get to giving you some real world experience. So you'll have labs. Most units in your courses will have several labs. that you'll be able to work on. Again, you can do the labs as many times as you like for until you get them right, and you can practice as often as you choose. There's also expert instruction. There's interactive video controls so that you can actually go back and forth and reread segments. You're going to occasionally run into a term called LabSim, LABSIM. LabSim was the name of the CertMaster platform before CompTIA bought it from a company called TestOut. So our original vendor was called TestOut. There's still some TestOut and LabSim language that you might see in this course as well as on CompTIA, but it's all the same. There's lessons, section exams, and quizzes, all really very good. And then, of course, you'll have your practice exams and then a performance report. So lots of different ways for you to learn, lots of different aspects for you to access, as well as a way of assessing your own performance. So here's an example of what a lab simulation looks like. This is from the Security Pro course. And so it says, here's your scenario. This is your problem. You may or may not be able to read it. It says you are one of the IT administrators for a corporate network. Your manager, Melanie, has been working on a help desk ticket that was created by the marketing manager, Elijah. Your manager has now asked you to complete the remaining requirements for this ticket. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tasks that you have to do. You have to do them in order. You have to pretty much do them perfectly, because that's what you have to do in the real world for most things. And the one thing I will say about CertMaster Learn and platforms like this is they don't really make room for creative thinking or necessarily creative problem solving. There really is only one pathway towards solving the problem that they recognize as quote unquote right, which is different than the real world, because there are usually many answers or many paths to the same answer, but they're all going to require pretty much the same steps. There might be different ways, different access points, etc. But again, the thing that you will be concentrating on is learning and understanding how CompTIA, how LabSim, whatever it is that they're calling it at that point, how that simulation works. So this is what the competency assessment exam at the end will look like, and this is also what your practice test will look like. So when you log in, you're going to see, again, a course. It's going to say your course, and then you're going to actually then open up the course, and you'll see that there is an outline over on this side. That, again, helps you to navigate through the class, and also where you'll access all of the different particular lessons, videos, etc. within it. So what is an assessment? So it's a skills-based checkpoint in the CompTIA learning path, just as I said. It's not the official certification exam, but passing it or coming close to passing it shows that you're ready, and it measures how well you can apply knowledge, not just recall facts, right? So what this whole course does, and what the assessment at the end does, is it demonstrates that you're building practical, real, job-relevant career readiness skills, right? So it means that you can solve problems and apply that knowledge. Think of this and getting through this course as a green light. It's a signal to employers. It's a signal to yourself that you're ready to either do the work and potentially ready to go on and take the exam, the industry recognized exam. So here's some common questions. And again, some of this is repetition, but I found that that's necessary. So just to be sure, the question is the competency assessment equivalent to the industry recognized certification? What will a CompTIA certification do for me? And will employers see the competency assessment as valuable? So here's the answer. No, the CompTIA competency assessment is not the same as the industry recognized certification, but again, it does prepare you for it. It gives you confidence, it gives you skills, and again, prepares you for these exams. And they do see it as employers do see the competency assessment as valuable but they see it as an indicator, right? That you've done the work, that you're ready to move forward, that you have these career-ready skills, but they don't see you as certified. I'm not going to go into this in detail. Again, this is all available to you either in the Course Essentials module or through those links on the homepage of the Canvas site. But again, just wanted to give you a quick little overview of what this is the course that you would take. This is the industry recognized exam that it prepares you for. This is the cost of the class, this class, and this is the discounted price of the voucher that you would need, of what it would cost you to purchase the exam voucher for the industry recognized exam. So again, in the document, start here, how purchasing or researching and purchasing or choosing and purchasing your CompTIA courseware, you'll see all of this particular information as well. All right. Tips about the courses itself. So again, this is what you're going to choose. So again, A plus covers the internals of the PC and help you in your real life with your own tech. It's the most accessible courses for people who want to work in tech, especially systems and tech support people. And again, you must take both Core 1 and Core 2. Networking Pro, that's the CCI or the Cisco CCNA course, really. So again, it's pretty technical. No, it's very technical. You need to have networking skills coming in on that. It is challenging, but it's a very good course, and the people who take it usually do very well. Client Pro, hardly anyone ever takes Client Pro. It basically focuses on front-end application implementation and support, and that job and that area is changing pretty rapidly. So again, not a particularly popular one. A plus is a very popular one, as is Security Pro. And then after that, it's usually networking and Linux are the most popular, and then the other ones usually have one or two people every year, or every semester with that. So back to this. So Cyber Defense Pro, again, is for students who have already done cyber, maybe they've already done the Security Plus. They may already have a certification. You have some networking skills, and you really want to kind of pump up your cyber defense skills. So again, pretty challenging. Don't take that one unless you actually already have cyber skills in the workplace. Linux Plus, if you like Linux, this is the course for you. People who take this one, again, they find it challenging, but they love it, and most people do very well with that one. We do have 2 Microsoft Systems courses right now. They help prepare you for cloud configuration, that sort of work, as well as some of the other, again, systems admin work that goes into systems administration. So if you're a systems person, you know that you know who you are, and these would be the 2 classes that you could take a look at. Network Plus, again, also a networking class, very challenging, but also really very good. It's a great paired up if you're taking the internet networking or the networking internet technology class, and can take this class together. It's really great. It works. It's a great pairing. Again, Security Pro, the most popular by far. Very good course. Really definitely gets you prepped to take the Security Plus exam. CompTIA, by the way, also provides you with prep work for the actual Security Plus exam, as well as the competency assessment or the skills-based assessment. So the license that you're going to buy for this actually covers a lot of prep, a lot of learning material, as well as test prep material. And then the last one is Tech Plus, covers the foundational concepts, computer hardware, software, networking, database, etc. If you don't know what to do, or if you're kind of, the ITI field is so big, it's really sometimes hard to find your pathway through. If you don't have existing technical skills, if you want to get kind of an inch wide, mile wide, inch deep view of the ITI world, this is the course for you. And again, historically, I just want to say that some people don't pass this course on the first try, but again, far fewer fail, because this course, you do build skills over time. So tricky thing is with this class is, again, getting it worked into your daily routine and keeping up with the courseware and keeping up with the class itself, so that you're ready to take the practice exam and then the competency exam. That's the tricky part. Again, this is just an example of what you're going to see when you log in. And you'll also note that there's some browser capability, compatibility kinds of information there. So sometimes it can be hard to get the courseware to actually run well on your platform, your laptop, your PC, whatever. That could be because of your configuration, so check with that. I am not able to help you with any of that kind of problems. So if you have problems getting the course to run, if it's lagging, if it's slow, or you can't get videos to produce, or any of that, again, something that I can't help you with. So you'll have to go to CompTIA tech support for that. So again, for more information on buying your license or going, all of that is again on the links to these documents on the home page on Canvas, as well as in the Course Essentials module. So you can find out all of that stuff. All right, I'm going to stop the share right now and see if anybody has questions. Andrea says, for someone interested in working in the IT in the public federal sector, which certifications would make the best choices? Good question, Andrea. It really, truly, the public federal sector needs every single one of these skills, just like any other organization. So it truly, really depends on what you're interested in. Any other questions at this point? You can either take yourself off mute or on video or put it in the chat.
Do you know, does the cost of this is that eligible to be like tax deductible from like a college savings account?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
That's, yeah, because it's just like buying a book.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. But the book, yeah, again, the license is for 12 months. So um, when you purchase your CompTIA license, again, there's a process you have to go through in order to get the student discount. You do have to go through the Share ID process that, basically you provide them with your information about your school. Again, this is all in the document that's posted on Start Here document. So go there, take a look at that, follow those instructions very carefully, make sure that you can get the discount because it's substantial. Any other questions? No? Okay. Let me go back. We're almost through the end here. So about this class, so what you're going to be doing. These are the graded assignments. So again, I kind of mentioned these in passing, but this is, again, in the syllabus, you'll find lots more information about this, as well as in the assignments in Canvas. So your first assignment, you're going to be working on a weekly basis through your platform, through the units of your course. Again, I review this. I can see what you're doing. I can see how much time you're spending. I can see how much percentage of the course that you've done. I can see where you're putting your time. I can see, are you watching the videos? Are you doing the quizzes? I can see all that, but I'm not grading it. And I want to be really clear here. How you work in the platform is up to you. Some people are able to do this course without spending lots of time. Maybe they bring lots of pre-existing knowledge to the course and they're able to speed through it. Other people do every single activity, every single exercise, in order, and they progress through that way. Other people skip around. So part of what you're going to be learning is how you self-learn. So again, I will review that. If I don't see much progress, I will definitely ping you about it, and I'll ask you what your plan is to get caught up. Lots of different things like that. So again, but it's not graded. That piece does not go into the grade book. So that's in the platform. What does go into the grade book are your weekly journals. So there's 12 journal entries. There's 11 for 3 points, 1 for 5 points. And again, your journal entries, put this in your head, are due every Friday at midnight. You do have a 72-hour grace period. So put it in your head that your journal entry is due on Fridays at midnight, but you have until Monday at midnight to post it for full credit. After that, it's a 0. and journal entries cannot be made up. Journal entries are the easiest, fastest, most revelatory ways of passing this class. Don't blow them off. All right, because it takes 15, 20 minutes tops to write a journal entry. I don't provide prompts for the journal entries, so you get to write what you want. Some people summarize the chapters. Some people talk about how their approach to learning. Some people talk about some of the other problems they're having, or why they are or are not progressing as rapidly as they'd like. So lots of different things. That's why take some time every time you post your journal to spend some time reading your classmates' reflections, because you're going to learn a lot, not only about this course and what they're doing, but also about the other people that are in the class with you. Your assignment number 3, there's 2 parts. It's the practice exam, and the Empower essay. Practice exam is basically your warm-up for your competency assessment. And we've got it set up so that you have about 2 weeks to take the competency exam or the practice exam. You're going to take it it'll open up March 23rd, and you have to have it. I will calculate your final grade on April 3rd. You can take the practice exam as many times as you like. And again, as long as you may or may not pass it, that's okay, because you're going to be taking it probably before you're through the whole course. But again, it's a warm up for what you're going to expect, or what you're going to actually experience, in the competency assessment. And also, again, these are skills based, so it's not true false. It's not multiple choice. You have to know how to do stuff. And again, what will happen is if I see that you have taken the exam twice and have done at least 50% of the questions in both of those 2 attempts, and you still don't pass, you are guaranteed to get at least a C on the practice exam assignment. So put in the effort. The lowest score you can get, as long as you put in the effort, is a C. If I don't see effort, then you'll get the score that you earned on the exact exam. So we did that so that kind of takes a little bit of the stress and the anxiety out of taking the practice exam, because it can be kind of stressful. This class can get a little stressful if you don't pay attention, if you don't make progress on a weekly basis. So don't blow it off. It's going to take you a few weeks to get it worked into your schedule too. So just keep trying. If you fall behind, don't panic. Just figure out how you can spend more time. And it really is time and commitment that will get you through this. The second part of that assignment is also called the Empower essay, and it's basically a way for you to go back and think about how you did in the practice exam and what kind of strategy you're going to use to actually then take the final. As I mentioned before, there is a participation grade. Participation grade means there's 2 parts to it. Part 1 is how many page views. You need to have high page views, meaning that you spent a good amount of time looking and reading your classmates' reflections in the discussion post. And then you're also going to get a grade for how timely you have been in submitting your journal entries. So if you get all of your journal entries in by Mondays at midnight, then you get 1 point. If you have a high degree of page views, you get 1 point for the 2 points for that. So again, really easy way of getting 2 percentage points. Oops, sorry. And then your final competency assessment, that's 30 points. If you pass it, no matter what the score is, you get all 30 points. If you don't pass it, then you'll get some percentage of the 30 points based on how well you actually did in the exam. So again, I'm not going to go through this too much because I already talked about it, but we'll just again kind of review. So assignment number 1, this is the Cert Master platform. This is you do it on your own. I review it. And again, you should aim to be, this should say 2026. You should aim to be as possible. Oh, I also missed mid-November. So you should aim to be as far as you possibly can by March 23rd in the course itself so that you can start working on the practice exam. Again, that kind of speeds things up a little bit. Don't panic. again, because we have worked it out so that the practice exam shouldn't be terribly stressful. Again, these are not graded. So this is what I can see, by the way, of where you're. These are the different reports I can pull, and on each of you, and I can see again you how much of the product you've used, what percentage you've completed, how much time you spent, and I can also see again your individual scores by each one of the activities in the course. So I do review that pretty much on a weekly basis, and we'll use that as my way of kind of assessing where you're at in the class. So the one other thing that you need to talk about is how does CertMaster platform track your time, because it's going to get a little tricky. So there's a product usage report and an individual scores report. And again, it is calculated. If you don't do a few things, it's not going to register you as having actually spent time in the product, in the program, or in the course, which is then going to trigger me to say, wait, you haven't finished this, but you might have already actually done the work. But if you didn't hit submit, or you didn't log in or log out properly into the CertMaster platform, it might not calculate your time correctly. So do make sure that you are again hitting submit and working in the platform as much as possible. They have a lot of different training videos as well. So if you need help onboarding, make sure you avail yourself of that. So closing the browser tab instead of submitting the lab will result in your time in CertMaster Learn platform going unrecorded. So that's the thing. So make sure you submit before you close out. These are the second assignments again. Your first assignment for this class, your first journal entry is due a week from tomorrow, January 30th. And again, you will have until Monday in order to get it in for full credit. They count for 38% of your grade, so don't blow them off. Again, no makeups unless you have excused absence. And you should most people aim to complete at least one unit a week. But again, you don't have to complete the unit to post your reflection. If it comes, it's 11 o'clock on Friday night and you haven't gotten unit 3 done, get online and post your reflection and says it's 11 o'clock on Friday night and I haven't got unit 3 done and this is why, and this is my plan for the weekend, something like that. Just get into this regular routine of reflecting about what you did that week. So, and I will comment again every week on what you've posted. Sometimes the comments are pretty much the same. If somebody is just progressing all the way through, it'll look like, keep up the good work. You're right on track. The comment, I will actually comment on your grade, not in the discussion thread. So I want to keep it private between you and me so that we can have that kind of relationship. And that, again, if there's issues or questions, that we have an avenue of communication that's open. And I usually run about a week behind. So I will usually be commenting on the week prior to what you're posting, depending on what my schedule is. But I have a lot of students every semester, so it does take me a little while to get through everything. And again, there's not going to be any reminders. This is self-learning and time management are really important objectives for this class. And one more time, do not blow these off. This is the easiest way to pass this class. Yes, as I just said, I do respond to your journal entries, and I respond personally. I put your comments in the grade report, so check each week. Some weeks I'll have more to say than others. And I usually comment, again, as I just said, on your progress, on how to study, answer your questions, give you some advice, and occasionally the gentle reminder that you need to pick up your pace. This is the third assignment that I already talked about. This is that practice exam, so I'm not going to go through that. You can look at this later. But again, we have figured out a way so that you can, as long as you really dive into the practice exam and you show that you have done your best and tried your best, then the lowest grade that you'll get for this assignment is a C. Here's the Empowering My Performance, Observation, Wisdom, Experience, and Results. This is a 300-word essay that you're going to write after you're done with the practice exam that helps you to think through what you learned about, how you took the exam, and how you can strategize to take the final. This is that participation grade, as I said before. So 12 journal entries by 11:59 on Monday, and a high degree of page views, meaning that you looked at your classmates' journal entries. You do not have to respond; you just have to look at them. And partial points will be awarded. So if you don't get everything in on time, but you looked at a lot of and read a lot of your classmates' reflections, then you'll get 1 point, or vice versa. And they are awarded at the end of the class. So here is your certification exam. Again, this is the one I talked about. It's worth 30 points. If you pass it, you get all 30 points. If you don't, you get a percentage. So, oops, sorry, this should be changed as well. This should say May 7th, and this should say May 12th. So when it comes time to taking the final, you will have 2 sessions that you will be able to choose from. So session 1, and you'll take the exam on your own computer from your own location. Your browser is not locked down. This is a certification practicum. You're not earning a certificate for this, so we just want you to do the very best. But we do want you to use this experience as a way to get you in the headspace for when you actually do take an industry recognized exam. Grading scale, same old grading scale we usually have. Grading policies, again, deadlines are noted in the syllabus. All work is submitted in Canvas. No email submissions, and journal entries, again, submitted after 72 hours. So on Tuesday morning or whatever, get a 0 and cannot be made up unless you have an excused absence. And grade appeals within a week. Excuse me. So you can use ChatGPT or any kind of a AI tool to help you with this class. It is again depends on your current knowledge, but a lot of students are using AI to help them understand concepts. Also, YouTube has lots and lots of videos, and there's lots of other outside resources to help you with this. So I really encourage you, if you're stuck or if you can't find it in the courseware that you have, then this is where you need to make the effort to go out and find out information on your own. So you can look at that. So getting off to a good start. Again, one thing I mentioned earlier, it can be tricky to get it up and running on your computer. So if you're having trouble with that, ask CompTIA's help desk for assistance. Again, because I'm not able to help you with that. Best tips for success. So give yourself plenty of time in these first few weeks. It's, again, not a class that you can just do here and there. It requires some concentration, it requires some grit, and some momentum. So it's not the kind of course you can just fit into a busy schedule. You have to make time for it. You have to stick to it. Lots of different ways for people to do that. You can, again, schedule it into your, or just, block time in your schedule. You can set aside a day. However it's going to work for you. But again, you're going to find that rhythm, but you won't find that rhythm unless you actually try and actually engage with it as often and as soon as you can. So again, it's focus, it's consistency, and it's commitment. And you need to make the time. And if you do that, you'll succeed. So here's your first assignment. Again, it's due next Friday, January 30th. It is a journal reflection, and you need to have the following done by then. You need to have purchased your course and completed usually Unit 0 or Unit 1, and post that journal entry by Monday. And now I'm going to stop sharing and see if we have some questions. All right, I'm going to go around the room real quick and just call you out and see if you want to come online or ask me any questions. So, Amanda, any questions, any thoughts, any concerns?
I don't have any questions about the course. Maybe just about the cost. Would it be possible to add it to our term bill, or does it have to be like out of pocket cost?
It's out of pocket. Yeah,
Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. You have to have a credit card for that. So, again, sometimes we do have financial situations that come up and you can't purchase right away. Just let me know. Don't let it go, so that I understand where you're at with that, and I can help you to get on track as soon as you're able to manage that. So it happens all the time. So just again, keep me informed. Aisha, you're next. questions, concerns, thoughts?
Hi. So I have one concern or question, I guess. I'm still waiting for the IT department to accept if I'm gonna get credit for my internship. So then I think I have to wait until January 30th. So then I might drop this class. So I'm
Okay.
not sure if I should pay beforehand.
No, you should. If you might drop it, why don't you wait?
Okay.
Okay. Um, you just, if you wait, just know that you're going to have to, really kick it in when you get it going.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. As Mary, are you there? Do you have any questions?
Oh, sorry, no questions. I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Do you know what course you're going to take?
Not yet. I've taken a look so far, but I haven't confirmed yet. No.
Got it. Okay. Brianni, how about you? Hmm? I don't think she has. Brianni, are you there? Oh, no questions. Got it. Ibad? Ibad, are you there? Do you have questions? Nope. Jonathan. Oh, wait. Yeah, go ahead, Jonathan. Hi.
Yeah. Okay. Initially, when we signed up for the class, we had to do the form and had to pick the course which we thought we were going to take. I imagine that's not locked in, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more just for our information, kind of get a sense about who's taking the class and that sort of thing. So, do you know what class you're going to take or what course you're going to take?
I signed up for took network and internet technology last year, so last semester. So they probably going to take that, but I'm going to look at all
Okay.
the other courses as
Yeah,
well.
great. Take a look. Are you good? Anything else?
No, that's no more questions.
Great. All right. Josh, how about you?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Great. Kieran?
I think I'm going to take the Network Plus.
Good. You'll like it. You actually, again, it always, it's fun for me to see people go through these challenging courses and come out the other side because the confidence that it gives you is just, is irreplaceable for where you are in your careers. So good for you. Kyle, how about you?
Um, so when we make our initial account, should we use our like school email, I guess?
Yeah, always use your school email. What's going to happen is you're going, again, read through the instructions uh, where it says, the
Okay,
start
yeah.
here document. Read through all of that. So one of the things that I will say is that if you pick a course, like for example, if you pick network and you get into Network Plus and you're like, man, this is way over my head. As long as you don't spend too much time in the course itself, like under 2 hours, CompTIA will usually let you switch to a different class. So let's say you pick Network Plus, you look at it, you spend some time, it's like, this isn't for me, I want to do Security Pro instead. So you would just write me and say, hey, can you switch me out of this class, Network Plus, I want to Security Plus, then I'll work with CompTIA to get you into that other class. So you do have some options in case you inadvertently choose the wrong choose class that's not quite right for you or maybe too technical for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Yeah. Max, how about you?
I was kind of conflicted, like on which one to choose. I'm definitely interested in cybersecurity, and I took information security last spring.
Good.
Um, but I've heard but I've also heard that one is a little bit harder. Um, uh, and then the other one I was thinking of was A plus, but I've also heard from like my boss in my internship this summer. He told me like you don't really need if A plus is more for people who have a degree in something other than IT or just don't have a degree. Um, what's it called? So I'm kind of on the fence in between the two.
Okay. Well, again, if if you decide that you're in the wrong course, like I just said, you potentially
Yeah,
switch out to another one.
yeah.
A plus is a good course if you're going a support route. If you see
Okay.
yourself customer support, again, it's PC hardware, software, peripherals,
Yeah.
networking, that kind of stuff. So it does help with that. Um, Security Pro again is by far and away the most popular course. We have
Okay.
almost 50 people in the class. Over half will be in Security Pro, and
Okay.
it is a really good course. It's fairly technical, but it's pretty broad because it
Okay.
also goes through social engineering. It talks about physical security as well as actual digital security, and again gives a pretty good overview of what's going on. And it's a good prep if you want to get the Security Plus certification later on.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that sounds good. And then if you do like start in one, like let's say one is like cheaper or more expensive, do you like get a refund if
Yeah.
you do a cheaper one, or if you switch to a more expensive
Yeah,
one,
that
you
would
have to
all
pay
be
the difference?
CompTIA would take care of all of that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So,
okay, I think that was it. Yeah, yeah, that was it.
okay. Fantastic.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. So, I'm available for if you need some help talking through which course to take, or if you're confused, or if you have any other kind of issue. Again, just communicate with me. The best way to do that is again through email, connie.pascal@rutgers.edu, or through the Canvas email. I usually respond within 24 hours. Sometimes try my best to respond in a very timely fashion. Over the weekend, sometimes it's a little bit longer. But again, I am here for you. I am here to help you get through this class. I have taught this class for a long time. I've had hundreds of people go through it. And every time at the end of the course, I'm always really pleased and really proud of the work that you guys have done. And again, how much confidence and how far this particular course can get you into actually understanding what it takes to be in the real world as an ITI professional. So, with that, I will bid you all adieu. Thank you for attending today, and I'll stay online for a little bit longer in case anybody has any questions. If not, have a great evening, and we'll see you in class. Take care. You're welcome.
Well, Professor, I had a question actually.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about it. I think I skipped you. I said your name and then I skipped you.